But I think this is just evidence that at the very least, there is something to AI in the sense that obviously we know that there's something to AI technologically, but there is an audience, there's a customer base who are going to pay for it.
I think, honestly, it's already proven there's kind of multiple. With the other one being kind of replica and character AI, from all accounts, they're growing very healthily. There is a serious proportion of people who are more than happy to pay for an AI character to talk to and companion, etc., as well as OpenAI and ChatGPT and the various now like use cases for that, from professional context to this more weird companionship to, and I know they're pushing more into this consumer product that is just used every day by, your mums to look up recipes and stuff, which I don't know if that has been proven yet. But there's certainly something there.
Yeah, totally. So this reporting came out around the same time that OpenAI and ChatGPT released a bunch of new features, which are now available to everyone that has ChatGPT Pro, which is now becoming, and it's very evident that they're trying to make it something that justifies its price, because it's a pretty steep subscription as far as they go. It's like over $20 a month. I think in Australia it's like 30 plus.
Yeah, about 40, I think. I don't know. Someone pays for it for me, but yes, I would. If they didn't, I would pay for it myself.
Yeah, so it's like relatively steep, and what that to date has gotten you is basically access to GPT-4 and like higher caps on the amount that you can use it as compared to the free tier.
Yeah,
but they're adding a bunch of new features to make it like a more valuable subscription product, and the ones that are now available to everyone that uses it as of this week. First of all, the vision features. You can take photos and upload them into ChatGPT and ask questions about the images that you're sending it. There is the new version of DALL-E, which is their image generation stuff, DALL-E 3. So we'll talk about each of these in turn. And then what we're alluding to in the cold open of this episode, which is being able to talk to ChatGPT with your voice and have a conversation with AI-generated voice. And all of them are quite good.
Yes, they are. They're very good. I personally, before we even get into the different features, we're discussing before this how it's kind of hard to put your finger on when someone asks, like, well, what do you use it for? To specifically be like, well, I use it for this, this, and this. And because, like, it's kind of something that I'm just using constantly in different varied ways, and it's becoming more and more kind of habit in my life to open that rather than Google. But, like, over the last few weeks, I've started, like, I read my daughter a book usually every night. Like, I've started doing choose your own adventure stories, like using ChatGPT. And after a few nights, I was like, wow, this is actually crazy because, and this, obviously you can infer this, like as soon as I say that, you can start imagining all of the uses for it. But it's like, she then at the end of a story will ask some questions like, okay, but why did the fairy steal the moonstone or whatever? And then it'll be like, well,
I'm invested. Why did the fairy steal the moonstone?
Well, and then the next night we'll be like, well, we want to hear a story about the fairy and how the fairy did this. And, the characters develop over nights and nights and nights. And this kind of world kind of develops, which again, we've discussed like ages ago, especially talking about like with regards to games and everything. But being able to like revisit these worlds and start building out your own worlds in a generative manner, as well as, having more control over the story. Like, it's better than a book. Newsflash, but you know what I mean? Like, as a form of entertainment, in this case, it's telling stories to a child. Like, this is way better than a book and more fun, to be perfectly honest, than a book. But it still, maintains the same thing with imagination and storytelling, except with a little bit more ownership. But like, I found myself using it for stuff like that, which is kind of in that use case that they're pushing for, right? If you're listening to this, you are not subscribed to Down Round Premium. If you were subscribed to Down Round Premium, you would be getting a second episode a week. You wouldn't be hearing this. You wouldn't be hearing any other ads either. If you go to downround.net, you can sign up right now, get access to the whole back catalogue, extra episode a week, no ads, $7 a month. Pretty good deal, James.
Spectacular deal, Ralph.